Why hi, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be our 6th installment of playing around with my old makeup, where I basically every single week pull out a different eyeshadow palette and try to create a look with it. Something I do want to switch up this week is I really want to make sure that I am reviewing the palettes as if like I had just purchased them. That will include giving you my first impressions or whatever, and then there will probably be a final impressions at the end of whether I would repurchase this item again or basically purchase it. So let's go ahead and pull out our palette for today. Alright. So today's palette is going to be, why does that just say NYX? That's weird. I only have one palette from NYX. Let me go ahead and check real quick. Alright, so this is actually the NYX Vivid Matte eyeshadow palette, I believe is what it's called. It's kind of, mine's nice and faded because I've had it for a very long time. But yes, this is going to be the palette that we are playing around with. Let me go ahead and get you some swatches real quick. Okay, so these are our swatches. I ended up having to do it in 2 rows, and then what I did is, just to make it more fair, because what I'd probably use on my eye, I just used just a little bit of the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation. That's what I tend to use kind of on my eyes because I don't really have issues with creasing and stuff. So that is what I used underneath for these shadows. So far, they swatched fine. This definitely has never been a favorite palette of mine, so let me just say that off the bat. But what it is kind of reminding me of a little bit is the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette, which as well I did purchase because I just like Sugar Pill and I've owned a lot of their different palettes. But this same palette, I was playing with this the other day, and I just didn't like it. I didn't vibe with it. I was able to kind of create a look, but one thing, if you know or probably seen from my channel, I tend to favor like monochrome looks for one, and then I tend to do like some depth. And I feel like this palette, though it is decently nice, it doesn't really have any kind of depth. Now, there are some of the shades as I was watching, like this purple right here I really like, which I think I'm going to use, which is this shade. It looks kind of more pinky on camera. I think we're just going to delve in with a bunch of different shades and just see what we are able to create. Oh, and then before I forget to, this retails for $18, so not bad if you're looking for a colorful palette, but let's go ahead and jump into our eyeshadow look. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dip in with the deepest purple shade using a M456 from Morphe. Just going to apply this to the outer corner of the eye, and then I'm going to start working it into the crease. I'm going to go ahead and dip into the hot pink shade with M433 by Morphe, just to blend out like the inner part of the eye, inner corner. Just going in with a clean blending brush, just to keep everything nice and softened. I'm thinking I'm gonna take the same brush that we started with, the M456, and dip into this blue shade. Put that right along the edge of the purple. I'm gonna take it a little bit into where that pink is in the inner corner, just to kind of create some shape. Next, I'm just taking a clean M433 from Morphe, dipping into the lightest kind of aqua shade. I'm gonna run that just above the blue, almost all the way up to the brow. One thing I'll really say about this palette that I do enjoy is that these colors do really blend out really well together. Let's go ahead and move on to the lid. I'm just going to take a flat shader brush, just like a no-name one, and we're going to use this really vibrant purpley shade here, and just apply that to about the center of the eye, and tapping in with that purple on the outer edge. I can't decide if I want to take like a light pink on the inner corner or take more of that aqua shade. I think because we already have pink on the inner corner, like in the upper edge, I'm going to take that aqua shade again. So that same light aqua right there. And just bring that to the inner corner. I'm trying to decide if I want to, I think I might add some gems, so I'm trying to decide if I want to clean this up or leave it kind of blown out. I went ahead and skipped a little bit and added a 10 gems is probably a lot, but I thought it'd be fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the NYX Jumbo Pencil and Milk just along my waterline. And then I also took on the upper lash line just a black pencil. So this is the hard candy one that I've been using for a minute. I'm just taking an angled brush with the same colors that I use on the top. So we're going to start with the purple. Wiping off my brush in between them, dipping into the blue. And then back into the lightest aqua shade. I'm going to go ahead then and take this Real Techniques shading brush, just kind of a flat shadow brush, just to run along the lower lash line, just to help these to soften out a little bit. And then just going back in with that same angled brush, just to re-emphasize some of those shades. As you do see on this side, I did go ahead and clean up the outer edge, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so I went ahead and just applied the gems like I have done. I did in a previous video, but if you haven't seen, I just used Duo lash glue, something like Aquaphor for like the stickiness, and then just like the back of a brush just to apply them. And then the gems are from Amazon. But yeah, let's go ahead, apply mascara. I just realized I didn't say eyeliner, so eyeliner is Milani Stay Put Matte Eyeliner in 110 Black Matte, which is like my normal one. Where's the mascara? Okay, I'm just using this one up right now. This is the CoverGirl Lush Volume Waterproof Mascara. I'm just gonna go ahead, apply the rest of my base real quick. Okay, now that the base is done, I'm just gonna do a little bit of contouring. So I'm just taking the same shade I've been using recently, as I believe it's Hot Fudge from Jeffree Star, and then I'm using this little brush. It's an E62 from Morphe. I'm just gonna do a little bit. Oh wow, that's way really dark on my nose, so I'll have to probably use something else to buff this out. Take a little under my lip. I don't know if I actually want to use like any on like my cheeks. I'm thinking of just using my blushes. Let's just mainly just use this palette, make it nice and easy. So the Fairy Blush Palette. So I'm gonna dip into Amethyst first. There's like a purpley shade. I'm just gonna kind of apply that where I would normally contour. Then I'm just gonna take the fluffy blush brush and taking the pink shade Rose Quartz just to soften out. Just for funsies, I'm going to dip in with Aquamarine with that same brush. I really feel like this little palette here has all the nice shades to correspond with the eye look. A little funness, because I am going to wear a black lip just because I haven't worn a black lip in a minute, and it is like my absolute favorite lip. So I'm actually really excited with that. So let's go ahead and do that. Just lining my lips real quick with just my black pencil. I'm just going in with my absolute favorite black lipstick from Black Moon Cosmetics called Sleepwalker. So we have reached the end of today's video. So just kind of giving some final thoughts about this palette. I do like it. It is not bad quality. I would definitely say if you like colors like this and you don't feel like you need like some depth or whatever, I think for myself, I would still probably get the, even though it's more expensive, the Blend Bunny Blends palette. Let me grab that real quick, just so I can show you. I think what I appreciate about this palette, whoa, sorry, lighting, is there is just a ton more depth in here. This is probably more than double the price, probably double in like a little bit, but still, if you can, I would think for this one, the quality just feels a lot better. The pigments are a lot more intense. I might even be curious just to recreate a look similar to one that I'm currently wearing using these eyeshadows just to see like the differences. I just feel like everything would be a bit more saturated and more intense, but I still feel like the look is good. All in all, once everything is finished, sorry if I'm not fully looking at you because I'm like looking at myself in the little finder. I still feel like it looks good. It looks pretty. It's a fun color combination, and I do still appreciate the main thing with this season of my own makeup is it forced me to play with some colors that honestly I would never probably have put together before. So I'm really happy with that. But yes, I would say, it still is probably not a total favorite of mine, but it's pretty good. So that probably tells you nothing. But yes, this is of course the end of the video. Let me know down below what you did think. I really do hope that you did enjoy this video. I do enjoy bringing you these videos, and yeah, that is basically it. I love you all so much, and I will see you on my next video. Okay, bye.